episode of That Rooster Guy. I'm your host, Cameron, or otherwise known as Rooster. This is Nick, one of my best buds from all the way back. I don't even remember when. Been a while.
Barf. So it's barf.
Yeah. You got my beautiful girlfriend over there, Caitlin.
She's kind of short. You can't see her.
Yeah.
Like that.
And you got behind the camera. Who do we got behind the camera?
My beautiful girlfriend. She'll
What's
probably
her name?
Oh, Michaela.
There you go.
She'll probably never see her. That's
She's
okay, though.
She's the
She's-
camera operator.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
Yeah. This is the very first, I guess, podcast.
Yeah. So what do we got for the first topic here, Mr. Rooster?
Why are you looking at me? This is So anyway, so the very first topic we decided. I mean, you can see our kind of
We
board
had
there,
our
if you
idea
can see
board.
it, idea board. We have 4 different topics that we kind of threw out there.
5.
What? I can't count. So our first topic was, does fluffy equal happiness? Can you elaborate on this? Like,
Yeah. So starting off, we weren't going to talk about this one just yet. We were
I know, but I
focusing
just
on
wanted to bring it
makeup.
up.
Yeah, no, I got you. So, big controversy on,
Bigger people.
yes. We're not, I don't consider myself fat. There's a lot of people that are bigger than me, but I am a strong believer that it makes me happier. I don't have to worry about constantly losing weight. I don't have to worry about constantly keeping it off. I've been the same weight for years, but in a way, you know, there's a, what's that word? It's a big word. It's like a bad, not aura, but
Reputation.
yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah, so it's not. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't affect our happiness being built bigger. And like I said, a lot of people disagree on that, but I've been big all my life, so I feel like I have just as good of an opinion as anybody else does.
I think I could agree with almost everything you just said right there.
And also, by the way, all this stuff is purely based on opinions.
Opinions, yes.
Later on, we might do a factual.
Like when we look up, fact checks.
Yeah, and really prove our points here. But at this point, we're just starting off, so we're gonna see where this goes. And if this topic doesn't do well, we got a couple others.
Yeah. I don't really have much to say. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know if we're allowed to say YouTubers names or anything.
I probably wouldn't.
All right, so there's this bigger gentleman on YouTube. I can't say his name because I don't want to offend him or anything, but he gets a lot of, I guess, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does a lot of gaming content
Right.
and reactions. He's a pretty big guy in terms of YouTube and as far as stature, but as far as I've seen, he doesn't get too much backlash.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
He's very
you won't-
comedic.
Yeah, and you won't find somebody more genuine than not even somebody, not even a bigger person that YouTubes, but a bigger person in general. I think I can speak for a lot of people, maybe not. Like I said, I can worry about other things rather than focusing on, I've got to eat right and I've got to, and that's another thing. You don't really, I don't have to worry myself, and which, like I said, then in turn helps me out with my job, helps me just live life. But I don't know if you can say the same. I that's how I feel about that.
No, definitely. I mean, I was always a little bit bigger. I actually originally started out as a really scrawny kid, and I learned what food was. It's very delicious.
Freaking yummy it is.
It is very, very good for you. Other foods, maybe not. Decisions do make up some bigger people, but those decisions can lead to really great things in the future. I mean, I don't want to get into kind of relationship stuff, but I know some women agree that fluffier people are more attractive. They're more like a teddy bear, for instance. I don't know if she can attest for me or not, but I feel like that in my opinion, and definitely hearing from other women, that they do agree that fluffy men are kind of more attractive.
Well, and you know, that's another thing, along with the fluffy factor, which is definitely not our topic, but we're still on.
Right.
But that's okay. No, but and just like he said, I was a scrawny kid when I was younger, but that was due to medical conditions. I feel like bigger people are easier to get to know. We've got nothing better to do than, you know, go hang out and go to Buffalo Wild Wings or something with a buddy and go munch, and then we go, you know, it's which I'm not saying skinny people can't do that too. Sorry, lighter built people can't do that as well. I just feel like there's that bad reputation behind, and it might be like a self-conscious kind of thing, or like a self-image. Yeah, I think it's more of a self-image thing. They see if, you know, but and that's why, like, I don't worry about it. It's not a. I mean, sometimes it does. I do think to myself, you know, this is not like a confessing video, but sometimes I do, you know,
generally think, what would I look like,
yeah,
if I was.
And there's sometimes that, like, I do want, like you said, I do wonder what it would do for me. I mean, as far as like health terms, there's not much that would do for me, but that's more of a self-image thing. But I'm happy where I'm at, and
kind of just a follow up. So like, and I feel like it's kind of in this day and time, I feel like for even jobs, some people may make it a thing where you have to be really fit, and I feel like it's not generally a stereotype, but it could fall into a category of like,
big people
think
don't do as good.
Big people don't think you should have a job,
yeah,
or they don't believe they put in as much work as, per se, a fit person. And I'm not saying we're not fit.
Yeah,
we're just
well, and to follow that up, I would say that's complete malarkey.
Right.
You know, a lot of jobs, a lot of employers, we'll put it that way, not require you to be fit, but in the case of, like, if somebody is too fluffy, we'll put it that way as a nicer term, if someone's too fluffy, that they, I don't know, they just don't fit in a certain department on, like, a retail store or at a certain place at a job site, they can always be used for something else, especially for just talking to people. Like I said, bigger people are genuinely more happy, and the ones that are not are normally the ones that have been treated wrong,
right,
because of the way they look. And I'm speaking from experience on that one, but you know, you can't let that stop you as far as how you move up in the world and where you are, because you have a place. I mean, you just got to find it.
Right.
And there's no reason you should change for one specific job or person.
Yeah, you shouldn't change how you looked and or act. Sort of, I mean, I get that as a self-image all the time, as in you should look better, and you should you'll feel happier about yourself. I see all these different kinds of YouTube videos and saying if you get fit, you can feel so much better about yourself.
In a way, that's true.
In a way, that's true because you feel you're better and you're confident about the way you look, how others look at you. But I don't really think that really boosts your confidence because you now have to stick to this certain type of build that society likes you. Like you are presenting yourself and you're changing yourself what fits something else.
Yeah, so society has shaped you rather
Right.
than you shaping yourself.
Exactly.
And that's a big part of it too.
So during this video we had some technical difficulties. We had a main camera die on us, unfortunately, so we had to switch everything over to this GoPro that we're using right now to film this video. A little bit of technical difficulties, but we got it all settled out. Thank you for staying with us, and we'll continue back with the show.
That's why we have another camera.
Yeah, so
First time. This is the first video of technical difficulties.
yeah, we're working out the kinks here. Not literally.
Caitlin, do you have anything to say on this topic at all, really?
Fluffy people.
Go ahead.
Fluffy people actually do have health concerns. Being fluffy, you can have heart problems easier, liver problems,
Can I ask?
kidney
Can I
problems.
ask?
Okay, no, this is an argument problem.
No, I'm not.
This is-
So where do we get this information from?
My CNA textbook.
Oh.
Well, yeah, and in terms of health, yeah, we talked about that a little bit. Yeah, there's health concerns, but also for a fit person, there's a lot of health concerns too. Because
there's a
increased
certain
blood flow,
Yes.
can literally make your heart explode.
And
And if you do it 90% of your life, I'm pretty sure that makes your life shorter in a way. Does it not?
I don't know really.
I'd say so, and in that case, I'd say it's almost about equal. Now, I could be completely wrong, but in my perspective, fluffy people live, I'd say, longer, and not even just that. We're talking about just happiness. They're genuinely happier than a lot of people that are not fluffy.
We're not saying don't continue your workouts. Don't stop doing what you
And this
love.
isn't. And if it's not an issue for you, that's good.
This is purely off of our own opinions.
Yeah.
We're just here to kind of just talk about things.
Yeah, and it's more of like a get to know where everybody's at on this kind of topic. And let us know down in the comments what you're thinking. We're open to like I said, we might even go into like a statistical video next time. But for now, are we going to do another topic or?
I feel like this is a good time to wrap it up.
Okay. Well, we've still got 4 minutes on the clock. So if we want to touch on one of those subjects there.
Well, what's easy subjects? No. So I think a really short one.
Well, the instructions. That one's paired with it.
Yeah.
So we've come across a lot of instructions in furniture or in how to
even in like your TV instructions.
even how to use this GoPro that we're currently using. And some people find them completely useless. I do, until I need them.
If you're anything like my father, he just
Yeah,
he
and
looks
that's
at the
a
instructions
man thing.
and then he throws them away.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need them.
Exactly. But so then our question is, why continue to put the instructions in the boxes? Why not just print them on the boxes?
I feel like in our human nature, we are going to figure it out one way or another.
Yeah, and that's why that is human nature.
Yeah.
Exploring and experimenting with the items that you are given, and I think that's a big part too. So and then on the contrary to that is when I unbox something, I throw the box away first.
Right.
So like that's one of those things. That's where I find a lot of products that have instructions that are super simple and they're stamped on the item. When you pull it out, you know, like engraved in the item, or you know, I find those so much more helpful because if I ever need it, it's right there on the product that I'm actively using.
Right. We're not saying any product companies don't.
Oh no.
No,
This
yeah.
is not. We're not sponsored here.
No.
This is that's just a for instance. Yeah. Do you have any opinions on that?
Honestly, I mean, I've learned now, after working at jobs, that instructions are very important. Especially ones where it tells you how many times to screw in something. Or even, I've had one where it's, you don't want to turn it too tight, but then you don't want to have it too loose either. Or,
Like an oil filter.
yeah, right,
You,
yeah.
you only want to turn it a quarter turn after you
Exactly.
cut it.
And then also, like if you're building, like those outdoor chairs, furniture, you have to put the pieces together. Don't tighten them all the way, but then after you get everything set up together, tighten them at the same time. That way it's not, how do I say this, loose. It won't mess up.
Yeah, because some will be tighter than others. If you
Right.
tighten some in, it won't really sit correctly.
It's like lug nuts on a car. You do it in a pattern.
Yeah.
That way it's more
Secure.
Secure.
Yeah. No, and that's that's another thing too. So, and like you said though, I don't know as far as instructions. I don't mind, and they're very important to our day-to-day life. You know, you can even debate that, you know, how to make, like, the routine in your head of making toast in the morning. That's instructions, but those have been memorized,
Right.
and you can change those instructions. But that's one thing that I don't know.
It's good. I think instructions are good for like the first time use.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But then that's why they make paper where you can throw it away.
And then, like you said though, human nature is just to toss it.
Right.
You're so excited that you know you got something new or that something finally arrived. You rip open the box and
You tear apart the instructions.
Yeah, you just forget about them.
Yeah.
And that is human nature. We don't think about it until it's too late.
And that's why Google exists.
Yeah. Praise.
Google will have it.
Yeah.
You just look it up, the manual, and they'll be
Yeah.
like, oh, yep, here it is. There you go.
Yeah, but no, and instructions, I feel like are a very important thing to still include. Some people would debate that they're not necessary anymore. But I think we've talked about a few debatable topics. Do you have anything else to say?
Not really. Well, I guess this is the end of the first episode of the podcast.
Hopefully there will be a lot more, a few more at least.
And have a clucking time.
That was cringy.